Welcome everyone, this is Drakengard Mobile. This game was released only in Europe, not in Japan, just Europe. Some of you might know it was actually ported to PlayStation 2 back in 2004, I believe, but we are playing the OG here. There are 3 chapters ahead of us. We are playing on hardware, as you can see, hopefully. I'm not sure if you can see. Oh, yeah, you can't see, there's the cam, there we go. That's great. This is a Nokia 6220 Classic to be specific. I will explain why this particular model later on, but let's start now. There are 3 chapters ahead of us, so let's just start, I guess.
Let's go!
As I mentioned, there are 3 chapters that we are going to do today in this category called Dragon GF%. I will also explain that later, hopefully, if I don't forget. Each chapter consists of 1 aerial mission and 1 ground mission. And the ground missions are quite simple, as opposed to the aerial missions, which are rather straightforward. As far as the gameplay goes, we can move around, we can also attack, so that's cool. We can block, but that's useless. We can jump, and we actually use the jump during some of the boss fights for a specific strat. There is also a dash button, however the dash doesn't work in this version of the game for whatever reason, it just doesn't do anything. I have managed to find a different version of the game with functioning dash, and that version is actually faster, also due to some other reasons that I will not mention. But we are not doing that version because it is simply not cool, as for whatever reason the music stops playing after the first chapter there, and the music is very important for the run. This is honestly the most interesting part about this run, I guess, because the game is just bad. When it comes to the soundtrack, it might only contain like 5 tracks total, but at least they are all terrible, so that's cool. I think I like the boss fight the most. I mean, the boss fight theme the most. It is great. They basically, I think, took like the music from Dot 1, the PS2 version, and made it worse somehow. But yeah, what are we even doing? Oh, that's the boss, by the way. This is going so fast. I guess I will just explain the land mission once we get to it again in the second chapter or whatever. The boss is easy, we just keep it down basically most of the time. The bosses in the future chapters do get a bit more complicated because they do deal more damage. This one is super easy. So it's fine. You can also see the blue bar slowly charging up at the bottom of the screen. That's the boss done. That's stage 1 done, actually. I guess I will explain the blue bar in a second, because now this is time for the first aerial mission. During the aerial missions, we simply have to, well, kill all of the enemies, I guess, same as we do in the land missions. I'm pretty sure that the order of the enemies here is the same every time. However, I think their position on the screen is randomized. However, this is just my supposition because I cannot be bothered trying to memorize this game. Yeah, the blue bar. The blue bar that is slowly charging at the bottom of the screen, it is only charging during the land missions, during like regular attacks. You can also see the number going up in the bottom right. That is basically our special attack, our dragon attack that is super broken as it just clears the entire screen. And we routed that very specifically and leave that for certain annoying enemies later on. I'm just jamming to the music, I'm sorry. Yeah, I guess maybe I should explain the setup a bit. So we are using the Nokia 6220 Classic, like I mentioned, because... Oh, that's the boss. Oh no, never mind. The first aerial mission doesn't have a boss, but it has the boss music for whatever reason, I'm sorry. Yeah, the phone. So basically there are a few models that do have a TV out feature that basically allows you to, well, capture the sound and video from the game. I'm using this particular model, the Nokia 6220 Classic, because it was tested by Jay Carrack, who has originally found the game to begin with. So I simply went with the setup that worked for him, because, well, there are other phones that claim to have this feature, but it simply doesn't work. Or, like, for example, it only works on static images and not moving things like games. So I simply went with this because this works. The setup is very simple. I have the phone, and I have a specific Nokia cable that I just plug into the jack, input thingy, output thingy, whatever, and it gives us the composite output that you can capture with whatever you want to. We have a lot of stacks of the dragon attack. I guess I could start using it here, and I definitely will start using it here. Because we will be getting a new type of an enemy here. Basically a big dudes with black armors and huge shields. They run around, they are very fast, they knock us down. We don't want to deal with that, so we simply clear the screen with our dragon attack. I will try not to lose HP because the boss does get... the boss of this chapter is way more spooky than in the previous chapters, or the chapter 1, I guess. These are the new enemies. I actually should try to focus because they do knock us down and that's bad. Let's go, one more, okay, and I think there's one more. Oh no, it should be the boss fight now. So I guess it's time to explain the boss strats, because the easy strat is to just simply spam the attack and like damage slowly, chip him down with the finisher that you can see, like the small shockwave that our protagonist sends out every now and then. But that's slow. Let's try to do the quicker strat. We can basically try to line up our animations by jumping and try to like get the proper cycle to damage the boss like more than once every cycle basically. Because well, you can't damage the boss when he's on the ground. You need for him to stand up, and yeah, normally you can only damage him once every cycle, like using the slow start of using the finisher. But with this, we can usually get a few more hits in. But it is more dangerous because we are getting close to him, and well, he does deal a lot of damage. Like you can see, I guess I should start being a bit safer. Yeah, I will just take it safe because I do not want to die. I do not want to go overestimate. I mean, the estimate, well, it is 16 minutes, but it is basically a random number and I came up with on the fly. Because, like, the run takes, like, 11 or 12 minutes if I do not die, but if I were to die, ooh, boy, I have no idea what would happen. Because the issue is, well, I have the special attacks, the dragon attacks that you can see at the bottom, and as I said, they are strictly routed to dispose of the black shielded enemies guys, black armored guys. And the issue is, if I die, I do not get my charges back, so then I would have to do, like, super weird backups that I don't know. And that would be bad, so I will do my best not to die, and if I do die, I'm sorry, Tyr, there's nothing I can do about it. But yeah, this is a safe strat, we are simply pushing him to the edge of the screen. Okay, that is bad, please don't kill me. You also want to keep a certain distance from him. That should be safe, but sometimes you can like stand up and immediately charge at you and deal damage, and that's really spooky. The slow strat, well, it's slower and loses time, but it's not that bad because the fight taking longer means that I get to charge my special attack a bit more. And that means I get some extra, well, bonus uses of that dragon attack, and that allows me to, well, I guess gain some of the time lost back during the next chapter. He should be almost dead. Hopefully one more, maybe that's it. Please die, please die. Please, please, please. There we go, easy peasy. Time for the second aerial chapter, second aerial mission, I guess, or stage 2-2, however you wanna call that. This time we will have the boss fight here. I'm not using the dragon attack on bosses because it simply doesn't do damage to the ground bosses as far as I'm aware of. It does work on the aerial bosses, however it's much faster to simply dispose of them with the fireballs, like the regular attacks, because it just takes a couple seconds at most. I could technically use the dragon attack here too to kill some of the waves of enemies a bit faster, but it doesn't always work. We also see the new type of enemy here, like the, I guess, birds or whatever that is, that flies in circles, and it's super annoying because you can't really aim at that. You kind of just have to pray it will hit it. So yeah, that is that. I guess I should explain the category name, because the category is called Dragon GF%, and that doesn't make any sense, but that's fine. This is basically any percent, but for those of you actually who have played the PS2 version of the game, that's the boss. And that's the boss down, there we go. For those of you who have played the PS2 version of Drakengard, that should be obvious, but during the Route A specifically, the Dragon Angelus becomes a girlfriend of our protagonist, Kaim. That's actually part of the lore of Drakengard. And basically, in order to honor this beautiful relationship, we have decided to call any percent of the mobile version, well, Dragon GF%. Well, if you're interested, we have one more category for this game, basically a hundo for this game, because, well, if you reach 75,000 score, you unlock a 4th hidden stage, and that's basically the hundo. And obviously, if any percent is called Dragon GF%, then hundo is simply called Dragon Marriage%. But we are not doing that today, so you will not be able to see that. It's just an extra stage that is actually much more difficult than what we are seeing here. I think there's like one more wave, or maybe 2 more waves? Okay, there's might be 3 more waves actually, I cannot count. I'm pretty sure there's like around 7 waves each stage, but I could be totally wrong. Okay, this is definitely the last one. I mean, hopefully. This should be the boss now. Please be the boss. Yeah, and this boss actually dies quicker. I'm not sure if he has less HP or if we deal more damage, because we level up in this game. This is a proper RPG, you do level up, you get stronger. And we actually do make use of that in the hundo category. But yeah, I'm gonna go for the safe strat because this guy also deals more damage. And he doesn't quite one-shot us, I think, but he can definitely like 2-shot us if he gets a good combo in. We don't want that to happen. Actually, let's risk it, why not? Easy. Yeah, that's a good damage. Let's go, let's go. It might seem simple. Oh, he actually attacked me, but he didn't deal any damage. I'm not sure why that happened, but I guess that's good. We take those. Yeah, it might look simple because I'm just jumping and like attacking, but like I'm trying to get the good cycle here to line up the animation of him standing up with my attacks, so as, again, like I said, to get a few more hits in. This is bad, please. Oh, he also likes to run away and then that. He might actually kill me next attack. Where is he? Come on. Like, the second boss doesn't really do that. It's always the third one that, like, can just randomly run away, and, like, we like finding him. Okay, he's dead. Let's go. We didn't die. So I guess this should be deathless, then. Because you cannot really die in the aerial stages, as the enemies are kinda useless. I don't even, like, bother trying to avoid their bullets. And that's actually a bad habit to have, because in the Handle category, like in the 4th chapter, the enemies do deal a lot more damage and they can murder you very quickly. So I should actually be dodging the bullets, but yeah, I'm too lazy for that. We are getting close to the end, and we still have 4 charges of our dragon attack, so I guess I can use that here, because why not? In the meantime, if you want to run this game for some reason, I mean, this is a great game, so why not? Or any other games from the Nier and Drakengard series, the best place to start will be our community Discord server. You can find it under the link of sponsoredbydrakengard.com. We are not sponsored by Drakengard, and neither is ESA, but that's the link nonetheless. There is a bunch of lovely people there, more than willing to help you. We especially need more Drakengard runners, because nobody wants to run that for some reason. But you could also use, I guess, some more Nier runners. Why not? So yeah, feel invited, I guess, or something. Also, the setup for this game is very cheap. You just need to get the phone, and you can get it like on eBay or something, I suppose. The cable cost me like $2. At home, I also use a $5 capture card called EasyCap, and the quality is terrible, but I mean, the game is also terrible, so like that matches. We should be getting close to the boss. Yeah, this is the boss, and this is almost time, actually. So a few more fireballs, a few more seconds to go, hopefully. Yeah, and then it's time. I think we are pretty much on schedule, and I would like to keep it that way, so I guess I will keep it short. Thank you for watching, thank you for having me. This is my first ESA, and I'm having a blast. I also have 3 runs accepted somehow, so that's good, I guess, for my debut. Yeah, please keep watching, keep donating, keep supporting the amazing cause, Save the Children. Thank you very much once again.
What was that? I have so many questions, but we don't have time for that. Before we go away, Olson, you will run near Replicant, right?
Yeah, I'm doing Nier Replicant on Wednesday, I believe, at 3 AM. So time slot is great, but I mean, it is what it is.
So which one is the better version of Drakengard? This one or the PS2 one?
That's a tough one.
And with that, we're gonna go away for a break, everyone. See you soon. We are back with Dark Sassy after a quick intermission. And yeah, if you want to play the game, buy that phone. Let's go.